Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. I'm here playing as the Russians and we're here in turn 10. It's August 24th, 1941. The Germans have a shortage of forces in Finland. So my opponent is losing one VP and AP, and then there's partisans, but that's nothing special. If we look at the changes, we actually get 60,000 more on the map, 500 guns, 78 tanks more, and 321 planes. And then my opponent has less, almost 30,000, gets 80 guns more, or 90 I guess. 90 guns more, 53 tanks less, and then also 294 planes more. We have a lot of units on low supply, one isolated as before, 64 under strength out of the 337, 51 unready, and depleted is less than 10. Let's take a look at the battles here. So, seems like my opponent has once again tried to attack, but couldn't make it. I guess most of the losses again, probably the Romanians, but you know, what can you ask for? Yeah, most of them were Romanian. Fair enough, fair enough. We actually get some of our planes to start actually fighting there. Looking at our losses, they're only Hungarian forces on my opponent's side. So, there is that. But my forces held on this one. I guess my opponent would have liked it probably if they crossed, or if they pushed me back there. And then they did kick me out here. It's defensive 28 now. They attack with infantry, air landing, infantry. Also a lot of Stugs here. 150 additional units. Against some of my tanks too. And in terms of planes, we lost all of the ones that are engaging. Probably again air loss from my opponent are Hungarians. And then 1BF, 109F the flak. In terms of ground losses, these were all German, by the way. Alright, well, we get kicked back, and now my opponent has 2 cavalry here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to beat them back, but I'm probably not gonna be successful this time. I'm gonna try, though, because it's gonna be... I really want my opponent to be pushed back again, because it will delay him again, one more turn again, and I really want that, so... At the very least there. Interesting that, yeah, this Hungarian motorized brigade. I'm not just going to attack these, but I mean, I could try to do that for another cheap victory there. My opponent's pushing here as well. Took out the armor, at least on the front, interestingly enough. Any combats? No, neither here. He's just taking a look. Here too. Not engaging. Defending forces held. Interesting there as well. Doesn't say what the hold range is, but we barely held there though. But alright, that's good against 12th Panzer. Then he attacked here to return 97th Infantry with a regular attack, and then he failed there as well. A bit bigger this time, although halt range is 99 and we lost a lot more than they did. Seems like he also pushed this unit back. I had them on the rough terrain here. Not sure why he wanted that hex. I mean, this rail line is still working and he's not attacking here. Seems like, so that's interesting. And then, of course, there's more attacking here. That's my opponent is trying to push towards Leningrad. The rail line is surely cut now, but yeah. Let's actually get rid of this. There we go. That makes things a lot easier. So, looking at where the rail is, yeah, exactly. I cannot use it anymore up till here, basically. That there one hex. That really sucks. The funny thing is that technically I think this one is supposedly running, so I guess I'm getting supplies from up here. I could technically get them. I mean, this rail line is working overtime apparently, Let's get the Leningrad here. There we go. So I got pushed back there, then over here. Was first observed, then retreated. Lost 62 tanks. My opponent 4 Stugs. Then over here we held. That's actually very nice. Also a lot of planes there, but my opponent's a lot of attacks there, so I'm actually very happy that that happened. It's very good. Here, routed retreaters. He lost 7,000 men against an overwhelming force. They did lose 5 tanks, probably Flampanzers. Yeah, and a Panzer II and 2 Stugs. Well, either way, and then there's this one, which is also a hold, even though, again, we lost 5 times as many. Did a lot of looking around. In some cases, he did lose a reasonable amount of planes on that. How are we on all of these? My opponent's not using his air force there. I find that a bit weird, though. I mean, I'm not saying that he should give us control of the skies, but it's a bit weird. Alright, so that's it. If we look at the order battle, that means that we're only 5,000 away from my opponent now. In terms of armor forces, we do have bigger total forces now, at least, than the Germans. Of course, not together with the Axis allies. I have a bunch of units in reserve still. But things are looking pretty good there. In terms of losses, we're now on a better than 10-to-1 basis. So that's pretty nice. And of course not in guns yet. And we're looking at AFVs and such too. But victory points. My opponent has gone down a bit. Initiative is for my opponent. High watermark. Some victory points, of course. Total men, we're going up quite a bit here. My opponent's stagnating, or at least going down a little bit. Total guns, total AFVs, total aircraft. Looking at the map men, we're going up a bit. My opponent's going down a bit slowly but steadily. You know, we're getting a bit closer to what they have. Of course, we're still waiting on that 500k that we'll be getting in the winter. It's still a ways ahead. Map guns. Going down by a lot for my opponent here, whereas we're going up at a steady pace. AFVs, map aircraft. Manpower losses. Last turn only 50,000. So that's quite a lot less. Gun losses, AFV losses. Well, you get the drift. Let's go and take a look here. So far, the north is 86. Wow, that's a lot getting into the Transcaucasus. Let's take a look. What did we get there? Arrived a bunch of rifle divisions, a lot of them. Were they reinforcements from nowhere? So they are reinforcements indeed. Turn 10. I cannot send those yet. How much strength do I need up here? I need 10 here. And I don't mind sending some stuff from here. I cannot send those border guard attachments. They're frozen. Alright, so I do need to send some to the northern front, but preferably... How much do you have? Not a lot. Let's also look at the Far East here. They're at 105 and they need more, so... I could send maybe like a tank division. Takes 4 turns though. I guess I'm better off just sending some units from here. And they should cut it as well either way. So that's 2. We're gonna get stuff into north. This arrived next turn. Just getting some brigades there, and then these two are reinforcements. I'll send, I guess, one more rifle division. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Now we're at 120 here. And let's see, because now I'm gonna go to Transcaucasus. I'm gonna get some reinforcements, but nothing super special, so that's actually good. Doesn't matter what kind it is. So basically everything here is just reinforcement, reinforcement. Alright, so I can just actually do all from Transcaucasus. These are already in transfer to the map. These are already in transfer. And next one's turn 24. That's fine. I'll take this away, because I'm going to send them anyway. I'm going to send all of the cavalry divisions if I can. Map. No. They might have arrived this turn. 116. $112. 100 is fine, so I can keep going. 13. Let's just. Not send any of those, apparently. If I'm gonna take one more rifle division, I'm gonna go below. So I'll fill it up with engineer sappers. Or maybe just artillery. There should be no combat, yeah. Okay. So now we're at 100. Let's stop there. That's Transcaucasus. Northern front should be okay with the additional reinforcements. Now I have Far East. I have 105%. They still need some air. With 104 here. And 192 in naval, interestingly enough, but I cannot send these, so again, let's try and transfer cavalry. 104. And just see how that looks. I'll send one more. $101. Yeah, and there's nothing else to send, really. I mean, sending some of this I could do that, but yeah, why not? I should be able to send another one. Wow, okay. It's a motorized rival division, that's something different, alright. Maybe it would have been more useful to send these. Let's look at the TUE. It's gonna stay the same forever. Okay. Yeah, that's looking okay. I need one or a bit more air. So I'll be sending, say, some of these to Far East. I'll send 2 of them, just weak planes here. It's fine. Then in the transcripts are okay, and I also want to send 1 to the northern front. Okay, and then we'll see how that looks next turn. When it comes to ground forces that we have here, I want to send this tank division back to the map. These tank divisions are doing quite well actually here, so that's nice. Yeah, that's all well and fine. I'll leave these, but I'll transfer the motorcycle regiment to the map. All the rifle divisions that are in the 40s, I'll send them to the map as well. They can, you know, work with stuff there. That's okay. I think things get really out of hand, I'd put them back in the reserve, but we got so many units here now. I also really do want to send these half-strength units there, just to start digging in or whatever. It also does count quite nicely to my total numbers. You're going to the north. I have a bunch of cavalry here, which I actually think I want to set 5 on refit. We'll see how it goes with the rest. Any artillery that is at 60 or more is gotta go to the map. There are quite a few of them at 50 or so now, but there are a lot of them that I can't send. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Most of these are at 50. Which is not too bad, but it's not enough, so I won't send them. Some of the anti-tank that did get to 12 now. That's kind of funny. I guess maybe they got a bit of support or something. I don't know, there's 50 men in there. So that's by far not good enough. Any of these ready? They don't look ready. Nothing changed for the sappers. I'm gonna send 10. Seems like I'm getting more and more and more and more of these every single time. Even though I'm sending 10 back to the map every single time. Oh well. I don't know where you're coming from. Alright, well, things are going apace like that, so I guess that's it for the reserves once again. Of course, we have a lot of reserves in the air. We'll take care of the air war also. How is this airfield doing? Because I also am quite curious whether my opponent is starting to get interdiction. They're not. I guess they're too far away. Oh, I actually did get stuff into this fortified region. That's actually quite nice. Probably didn't start digging in yet. No. Because I also want to level 3 on Courage. I want to make it very difficult for my opponent also to get me away from there. Most certainly. I would almost say I want to have one here too, but it costs too many APs. I'm already spending a lot of them. Let's actually take a look whether there are any air groups which are doing well in terms of fighters. First, none of them are up to the max, so I'm not gonna get them. And if I look here, some of these already, they have reasonable experience, but I don't think. Well, let's see here, because maybe I'm better off just checking for ready here. Those are 100 ready. There are not that many of them. 55, 56, 55, 55. None of the bombers are in any way ready, so I'm not getting those by any means. But I guess I have some level bombers. But I don't want to use those here. Let's see, this is okay. And then Black Sea Fleet Air Command will do ground support. And I mean, currently that will be 9th Army here, but they need more. So I actually want to do it on the south. No, I don't want to confirm, you bloody idiot. It will be the southern front, wherever they can. Poop, I need to attach those other units to it. To 57th. They cannot. No, so I need a new air group here. Stick 8th IAD. Apparently that was already on the map. Yeah, poop. Okay, great. Was it 61st? I'm gonna need to remember to put everything on there. I'm sure I'll forget, but... Okay, Black Sea Air Command. And Southern Front. Bam. Bam. Firm. Okay. I'd like to do recon, to be honest, with Southern Air Command, right? Mostly here, actually. To see what they got going there. And I want actually area of 2. Partial escort is fine. Alright, confirm. Yes. There we go. You will not be overrun yet. Kaluga either. And I don't have any other planes that are necessarily close. I do have planes here. With Krasnovodsk. And I will relocate those. They are from they need to go into those areas. I also need to transfer there, so this is now empty. This is fine. I also want to put the recon group back. So we have nothing anymore on this side. They will fight from that side as it is, and I guess that's it. I don't really have any air forces that I want to put on the map for now necessarily. Except potentially some recon. I guess these and no, these are the most ready, but I do want to have planes there too. 97, that's fine. Okay. And second RAG, huh? Can I do something like that? Probably I should just put them under some Moscow recon group or something. Yep. There we go. And then definitely 55. Nope, no other plates. Okay, that's really about it. The rest is just not good enough. We'll unfortunately have to deal with it. The only thing that I want to do currently is check one final thing. If I change these planes, the MiG-3 is the best fighter with 159. I'll change some. Also quite a few lags, but I want to have like 100 in reserve there. At least. Yeah. It probably. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's it for this turn. Then let's execute the airface. Yes. We know there'll be some losses. Quite a lot of them here. Sucks. Ten, huh? Okay. Okay, so my opponent does have its armor behind it. There we go. At least we figured that out. Let's once again start down here in the south. Now, I need to go and attack that, and I think let's start with putting you back, you in here. There is that. First of all, I'm just taking a look which units I can get out for an attack and such. Just like that. I probably cannot just take these out and then go and attack, so there is that. I will attack from all sides too this time. At the very least, you're not powerful enough. These guys are powerful, but this puts them to 5, unfortunately. And the cavalry is by no means good enough either. Pavel Belov. I mean, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of points here. 3 armies. That just really sucks. And I'm also not gonna switch these guys up. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to pray. Oof, alright, nice. So they didn't make their roll, but they did get overrun too, so I guess in a sense, I mean, it's 10-1. That's good. Losses, acceptable. And I wonder what those 2 things are. 2 R1s. They actually have some German vehicles, funnily enough. We also lost 15 tanks, but that's not super interesting. Okay, well, nice. Okay, I'm very happy about that. It means also that once again my front has weakened significantly here, but it means once again I have actually gotten myself some delay. I'd rather actually these 2 are part of this army, but I want to get you here, you here. And I could use both of these now. Well, they're both not at great strength, so I actually need them to recover at Jangoi there, or something similar. And one thing that I can do is first you there. I'll have both of these try to fix this up to level 3. They'll be unready yet for this turn, but alright, so we pushed them back. That's good. That means they'll be delayed here for yet another turn. I expect them to break over on the next turn, so turn 11, and then I probably can no longer beat them back. I expect them to have German infantry over that river by the next turn. That's fine, but it is something to take into account. Now, This is at 94. I'm gonna start digging here in at Ishan too. And since this is a level 3 and it's really not gonna get any higher, I'll have both of these in here to make this a level 3 too. Like that. And then we have 3 level 3s there. Over in here, what I'll do is I'll have these go into the fortress. 235, huh? That's still pretty weak, but we're working on it. I'm putting some minor units in there, I suppose. It's a bit of a weird unit. 41C, so it is special. It will eventually turn into a 42A, 42B, and C, etc., etc. But I'm gonna put this 4th Crimea NKVD Rifle Division over into Sevastopol too. I'll put on refit first, so it might get a few more forces there. But just slowly getting Sevastopol ready. As it is, and now that I'm thinking about it, I actually might just want to leave those 2 here just to get that to 3. I really cannot afford to keep it at 2 there. I don't necessarily think that I want to attack there, but I can. Like, these forces are actually quite powerful, and together like that, I actually think I might be able to beat back the Slovak division, and I actually think I will try to do that. And then fall back. 3rd Army, 3rd Army, 3rd Army. They're all in good shape, and 3rd Army is also good. So we did lose 16 fighters. My opponent is using Junkers 88s again as well over here. Also losing 6 fighters. Let's go and take a look at that. In terms of ground losses, that's a bunch of Slovakian tanks. The Slovakian mobile division can actually be quite powerful if you let it, but I guess if it gets under attack like this, that's actually fairly decent for me. And these odds are also good. I mean, if it's 1-1, I'm fine with that. Air combat. They lost most of flak, actually. Quite funny. Huh, some BF-109s, huh? But I like smashing my opponent's planes too. Matters a lot less, but this is nice. And I don't want to say this is getting me some easy kills, but I am quite happy at these results. Now, I am gonna do something similar with this Hungarian motorized brigade. Really? Or maybe I'd rather do that with the Romanian armored division. Let's get the mechanized unit involved. Certainly not using the Romanian mountain brigade here, but I can actually launch an attack over here. They're close to the 18th. And you're on 5th, but 5th is too far away. Not anymore. Again, somewhat of a, well, I don't want to say easy victory, but this Romanian armored division is having it pretty rough here. Alright. Let's take a look at that closer. 29 tanks this time. A lot of R2s. R2 is not a great tank or anything, but again, I'll take my victories wherever I can get them, and yeah, this is actually quite nice. I'm not attacking this anymore then. Since at that point I am actually quite spent. Whoop. But like I said, I'll take my victories wherever I can get them. Just looking at the, counteroffensive potential. Okay. Then let's fall back. I guess 2 hexes or 1. I'm not super keen to fall back generally, but and I'm actually gonna send these airborne brigades. Can't. I was hoping I would be capable of doing that, but I guess not. Well, let's just send them over here then. This is actually 3 hexes. I'm aware of that. But with my opponent's armor being here, it's a bit harder to fall back in good order without falling back so much. In this case, I guess kind of okay falling back 1 hex. But I am looking at those river positions here. I think I'll put the cavalry closer to that side, and especially the armor here too, which will get in the way in between there to Kharkov. Since I probably don't need it up here. I will hold once again Poltava. I'll try to, since I don't think there is that much of a necessity to give it up yet. But as it is, again, I'm moving my armor too, so I'll actually keep you here, and I know it kind of sucks, but I'll move these over in that direction, so I do have something double. I'm actually gonna send the mechanized, being at 52, to the Soviet reserves. Nah. I'm gonna actually send it over to Belgorod for refitting. 50th tank is at 53, but I'm actually fine with it like that. Okay, it will be pulled back, and then I have at least some stuff to fall back on. I can actually fall back on the Orel River, I think, here. Well, my opponent is gonna smash with armor. 1, 2, there's only 1 hex here. Let's see, because I actually... Doing that, and then I have a double line with at least a unit in reserve everywhere. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit better, but this is basically going to be my new line for turn 11, and I actually think that a line like that will probably serve me just fine. My opponent is gonna smash. Like I will have to face the fact that at some point he's gonna attack, basically, somewhere, and I'm not sure how bad the damage is gonna be, but we'll see. 46, so they didn't really do that much digging. I also have to be careful with places like Stelino. If he breaks through and he gets to go quite a long way, it would be a problem if he just, you know, if my opponent gets to grab it. So I'd rather have at least something there. And the same will count for Gorlovka. It's not worth any points, but when did the Germans capture Zaporozhye anyway? 25th August, so he's getting delayed there. And also, when did they actually go and capture that stuff? Late September, huh? Yeah, I wonder when there will be mud. I mean, if I can hold on to Sevastopol for at least this year, that'd be great. It's also worth 30 points, I think. Yeah, so quite a lot. All right, well, let's go and move here to. You can stay. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is fine. And 1, 2. 1, 2. Also a shame to give up defensive positions like that, but just Again, if my opponent gets too far, he can probably encircle everything. So that's the sucky part here, is that just generally I do need to retreat in case my opponent gets ahead. And that's kind of sucky, but as long as I can do that with, you know, reasonable historical time frames, it should be fine. Bryansk is not worth any points, but Oral is. Actually looking at Kirov here this turn. It'll be September 1st next turn. And because I'm starting to slow down my rate of retreat. I'm doing 2 hexes a turn now, and I might actually be looking at 1 hex in some cases here, especially near Moscow. I don't want to give that much ground anymore, and I guess it's probably not a good idea. Now, I am actually looking at attacking this. This turn, I actually think I might be fine. And I do want to, again, get my successes wherever I can, really. Just getting my best units. These are already the best. And then reserve, 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 reserve. How are all their armies doing? They're close enough. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at that battle. He didn't lose any Stuks, most likely. I can't see what those units are. Like, I can. No, they didn't partake in the combat. But I guess they lost some units. For a 2.5 to 1 ratio, I guess that's fine. And there is no other opening for an attack, so I cannot do that. Alright, let's probe. Now that's a shame. But I will go and try to do this down here too, in hopes of being able to cut this. If I can get my units to cut this rail line, that would basically be the saving grace. And To that end, I might want to end up on open terrain. Let's just go like this. I'm very curious to see what my opponent will do with that. He's certainly left this open, and if I can exploit it, you know, and cut the rail there somewhere, that would be great. It will be very difficult because he'll probably be railing units in like that. So I would have to bypass it. This will get defeated without a doubt. Quite tricky indeed. Same kind of applies here. I would almost be able to just cut off these units. But quite sadly I can't. That's okay. I will leave this like that, and then we'll see whether I get to exploit it or not eventually. But we'll see. Now up here things are a real big mess. However, I'm also gonna need to start bringing in some decent reinforcements in here to halt my opponent in areas like this. This is ground clear as well. Really, wow. And then this is rough and light woods. Alright, alright. First thing I want to do, actually, let's get the 122nd onto the rough terrain hex. Because those are really tough to break through. I mean, this, well, actually, I want to switch things up a bit. Not only are you unready, but let's get some of the weaker ready units there. It's still a 5. Whoop. Because rather, I want to have more powerful units. Try to block my opponent here. And let's see, these tanks unready. Get them to Volkov. Because I want to have as tough a defense as possible right on the center here. And then the rest of the units are going to go and dig in right behind it. That is the goal. These units, they got some stuff quite nicely, but okay. Let's get the 260th. Or actually, because I'm gonna fall back anyway there, I want to get the 108th. That gets me a defense of 26. I'm gonna abandon Seversky, because it's a clear terrain hex. I know it's across from some rivers, but they're gonna blast it very heavily anyway. And now we're at 26 there too, so that's pretty reasonable. This is a light woods hex. Most of these are pretty weak, and I want to switch up at least the guards. Rifle, move you back, get in the 286th. Gets it up to 19. Any more powerful units here? Funny thing is that this rifle division supposedly is doing quite well, but You wouldn't necessarily say so. I guess the 260th is also pretty decent. These are also quite powerful. I guess they didn't get attacked last turn. I can see my opponent pushing into this hex afterwards too, or at least on the next turn. That would make things a bit more difficult as well. The thing is also I don't think my opponent is that interested in attacking down here anymore. So I am inclined at least to put some of the weaker units down there. And then work my way up. This is a 4, so that's obviously not good enough. But my opponent seemed to be not inclined to attack towards this last turn either. And that's why I'm gonna gambit that they will not try to attack there either this turn. But that is a gambit, fair enough. What I do need though is I want to get the 280th over here. At least. And I want to get the 285th in here. This is the toughest part. So I will for certain... Well, actually I want to get some of these guys to refit. You're at 2. I also think these guys are probably not gonna cut it. The 283rd Rifle Division can go in there. It's now at 21. When these two attack, they'll probably still break it. But every little bit helps. And I do just generally want to put more men into it. Now, let's pull you back. Pull you back. And I will... take a look. Again, I want to have at least more manpower in there. 260th. And what does this do? 19. Guess that's what it's gonna be. I currently have only one rifle division in there. I might just go and start putting stuff like the Osel Rifle Regiment in there. I'm gonna have to start and build that up basically, so I guess I will put them in there, and then next turn I will put the Rifle Brigade in there too. It's not the greatest of defense here yet, but let's see, at the very least... I mean, units like this, they will just not fight very well, so... You're at 13,000. They have good defense, but... yeah, sure, why not? Puts them at 65, so they're not easily gonna break that. They'll probably not get through those immediately. Okay. Let's take a look. So, If both of those should stay on a refit. I'm actually, yeah, that's okay. And you're at 44, you should go to Tickfin, refit. You're unready, go to Volkov and refit, refit. You're unready, go here and refit. Ah, I completely forgot to remove Stavka. Let's get a unit here, refit. I definitely want to dig in behind the front line, so if I can, I will definitely do that. It's hard enough for my opponent to, I guess, get through. Either way. And this also allows me to start, you know, digging in on those lines in the back, which I do like a lot as well. So that my opponent cannot immediately crush me. I will not get many reinforcements there anymore, that's for sure. But I still have the singular rail line working there. My opponent will likely hit this. Refit. And let's actually take that back, because I have two good units coming in from here, and I will also put these up in Leningrad. Let's get you there, start digging in. And you will stay there. That's fine. Does mean that I'm putting the 229th somewhere else. Do I have a supply depot on Mga? Which, oh, that's the wrong one. Which I should. Yes, okay. Let's move you to Mga. And refit as well. Okay, even if they do break through here and get the armor in here, which they could do. I don't particularly, yeah, they're not gonna get through this immediately. Not by a long shot, I suppose. The coastal operational group, I'll put them into Kronstadt. The Thing is, I actually want to put one unit into the Iranian bound. Into Iranian bound. I suppose. And also one at Kronstadt here. They will not be able to take Kronstadt that way. And you're gonna move in here. Basically, besides everything, I do also want to go and prep places like this. I do want to actually start working with stuff like that. All right, and as it is, I'm actually more inclined to do that. And I'll keep units like that, but just like that, I certainly do want to dig in like that. So that's actually looking alright, back, and let's in a sense wrap things up here for this turn, which will still take a while naturally, but that's fine. Let's go and put guys like that on it, and don't want any of these on refit. Not even these. To be honest, actually, I'm probably just gonna get rid of these. Because, I don't think I should need them anymore after 3, so I can reuse those units somewhere else. So that's, I guess, for the better. And I'm gonna have 3 units on there at the same time anyway. A lot of field guns like that. It's kind of weird, but I'm gonna put 3 infantry on a hex like that, so it doesn't matter. Let's get rid of that, and I will, I guess, also in a way save some, I guess, command points. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. 9th Army has those units, so I'm gonna switch that up. 8th. Then they have 2 too many over here. 9th. Units out there shouldn't be on refit. You're on 20 now. I can probably... No, I still have 1 unit there. How are these? They're 20? Ooh, you can actually take 1 more. I guess... Yeah, you're taking that 8th Army unit. Going into the 9th. So now they can be here. Now you're overburdened by 2 again. Yeah, so probably cannot put either of these on the 12th. How about you? No. Maybe one of these. You're on reserve, you're on reserve. The rest of all these units should be ready. Same for these. I'm just gonna go past all these units. See if they're just on ready, because they shouldn't be in reserve either way. Ready, ready, ready. Where did they still at 5 out of 19? I don't know where they get that 19 from. I guess from the amount of rifle squads that they're missing. To a certain degree. Are they already in the new one? Yeah, they're already in this one. Right, well, 20, 20. 20. 18. There we go. So now they're at 16. They can take 2 more. Now, I mean, look, I just got to do this. Like, I can't not attack here. Actually, just got some crazy hail around here. Alright, so they're all close enough. That's fine. Let's pause it. And like, this is actually really good for me. They got the Stubbattalion and the Panzerjäger battalion both to come in. And if we now look at the combat, I guess they pull back from here. But in terms of details, my opponent lost 10 Stugs. That's super nice. And I guess no Panzerjägers, but they also lost 10 Hungarian tanks. Which is fine, I guess. But the loss of the Stugs is a lot better, like in their retreat. 10 Stugs is a lot. So that's nice. I'm really happy about that. Whereas me, I lost, you know, some T-26s and T-40s. Well, it's not super interesting. Alright, well, let's divide our units. So They are not super powerful, but that's fine. My opponent is not gonna attack into this 61 with whatever. And to be completely honest, this is a lot better. 99. Alright, perfect. I actually did quite a few good counterattacks this turn. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one up in the north too. All against Axis allies, but you know, I'm getting my victories here. And take out the losses. Current turn for the Axis already 25,000. I mean, for us it's 55,000 too. That's also a lot, but I am happy about this. The more I weaken the Axis allies too, the better, you know, it will eventually be for me. All right, well, dang it, you're also at 9, like this. Really good. I'd actually rather have you in here. You can also be put under the 26. That's actually fine. And since they're a lot weaker, Zaporozhye is now at 43, but you know, my opponent is not gonna attack there. So that is totally fine. I am still thinking about whether I should ultimately leave more units on places like the Dnipropetrovsk, since it will take my opponent that long to take it afterwards. But let's transfer you to the northern front there. Alright, I want, first of all, a reserve. 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 Southern front is overburdened at 81. And you aren't, but I can't just go about and switch it up here. Now, let's pick out the armies. 5th Army has 4, 5. Actually, I really need a unit here as well that can deal with mechanized forces, and both 6th and 5th cannot do that. Although I guess 5th Army has 4 mech. I'll need a guy to put all the mech under, so I'm gonna look at mech here. And Leonid Bobkin is 6'6", so generally very good. Yes, please. I'll get this guy. Very well, so that's 5th Army. I'll put all the mechanized under 5th. Which already mostly is. At least those around here. 5th has this motorized unit too, but they're gonna lose at least them, putting them to 22, and that, and I guess that puts them at 20. Now 18th Army can take one more unit over here, which is this one. Alright. So we have 18th Army here. 5th Army here. You're gonna move as well. 6th Army. Is Southwestern Front overburdened? No. I guess in that sense they'd be fine. Let's trade 1 for 6th and up here probably for 3rd, but I'll go and take a look. You're unready. Refit you there. Let's do that. Let's actually put you under the 3rd, because 3rd Army has Kuznetsov. He's at least a 4. It's not the best. I wouldn't necessarily want to put it under it, but okay, so the other unit is going to be put under 3rd. And they should be at 72 still, 74 now. Let's just deal with it like that. That's okay. Now, what army is this? All 3rd, 3rd, and 10th? Where's 10th? Here. All this reshuffling is kind of weird, but does tend to be the best generally. Okay, now do have a bunch of forces in reserve like that. My opponent is still quite far from Stelino. Let's actually put you under 6th Army. And and put the cavalry down here. Okay, well, I'll have that unit on Krasnograd. Do I have a depot on it? Yes, I do now. Those depots are fine. Third Army can take another one of these. It's also fine. I actually think... yeah, those are all in prime condition. Let's actually see how these cavalries are doing. They're doing okay, I guess, but what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put this tank unit right here. They're not going to do any reserve work this turn, but fine. And yeah, I'll keep it at that. Okay. Third Army's ready. 10th Army. And how about these? 27th. 10th Army. Let's get you. And you. Not. Okay. I'll just let these go here. Now I have you guys in here. Let's put both these in the 27th. There we are. And the 21st. You're doing quite well. You're not supposed to be in there, but I mean, railing them anywhere else is not super useful. I'm gonna move them here. Let's see how bad that. Good 7 damage T26s. Yeah, it's fine. Let's put them on reserve. 10th Army has a 3. 27th Army has a 4. So let's put them under 27th. And there we go. These two should stay there to refit. And that's looking not so bad, I guess. Yeah, it would be kind of weird if I could do that. Did not expect to be able to. Southwestern front can take one more unit. So I will. Okay. I guess it's something at least. Yeah. Okay. Also means that I can put you under the 4th Army here. Now, thinking about retreats. You're good enough, supposedly under 13th, but that's not where I'm gonna put him. Well, I guess for now I would, but it just means gonna shift some of them up. I'm gonna put you under the 24th. They're gonna move to the top of the line there too. Just like that. Nope. It means again I'm switching up some armies by a lot actually. You're gonna go to the reserves because you're not doing well. Okay, well. Now I can move another unit again. These guys might be too fatigued, although this guy is not great. I'd switch him up, but I don't have the AP. Brienne's front is by far not yet overburdened, so... could probably launch another attack against them. With some slightly weaker units. So let's just see what I can make of it. Alright, this is gonna be a bit tricky, but they should be able to make it. What? Come on. On the 108, I would have gotten it. Yeah. Hey, that's just a bunch of hogwash. Wow. That sucks. Well, I guess you can't have them all. In this case, it didn't turn out so well for me. I'm loath to give up this hex too easily here. So, what I'm... Yeah, these guys suddenly don't look so great anymore, sadly. Let's see, though. I actually want you here. Like I said, I'll be retreating 2 hexes this time, and I do want double up front with singular in the back for the moment, with some 3s. I guess here I'll be retreating back 1 hex. But I guess those 2 got it covered. Now with stuff like this, my opponent will need to be spread out a bit too. But I'm actually looking for units that are a bit tougher.
guess in a way dilemma.
Well, it's not really a dilemma, but... Basically, I'm trying to funnel whatever remaining strength they have over in here, this last spearhead, into a narrower and narrower position. So if my opponent, keeps creeping further, he's going to need infantry on the sides, which is going to get weakened and weakened, and then those parts will eventually get stopped until he has only his armored spearheads left with which to attack. That's rather the idea. But what I need for that too. Let's move you to the back. Reserve. I mean, my opponent for 100% sure will be able to go and attack that, but then it soaks up a lot of potential, I suppose. My opponent expects to attack here, but I will likely abandon Rejev. So he will find it empty. I'm just currently looking with how I'm gonna deal with this part here, so... Is it a major river? Minor river. These guys are gonna stay like this. Both of those are unready. That's their problem. Sucks for me, but my opponent can very easily attack this and then route it, cut this rail line. But it's not important. That part at least. Light woods. All that stuff is light woods. Sadly. Let's get these tanks here. Here. On reserve. Disband Rejev. Just like this. I'm sure there'll be heavy fighting in this area either which way at this stage. But my opponent's panzer seem to be at least in reasonable shape, so I can probably expect some punishment. Which I guess is fair enough. I still don't like the way things look up here, but in a sense this is the best I can do towards this area. I don't think my opponent is going to be able to cut this off entirely. Even if I just have this rail line going here and then that way, I guess these guys are somewhat fine. I can see my opponent try to go for here, try to take Kalinin. Seven is not particularly great. But it should be enough. Just start with those. That's okay. Right, I will need to reorganize this too. This should take so long. It always does. Hey. Let's start from here. Yeah, only 2 hexes more. These guys are not getting supplies. I mean, they'd have to get it from here. I'd say that's pretty tricky. Yeah, so then you're 20 now, that's good. They have a unit there. So they'll be at 18. I'll actually switch these up, so I'm gonna put these onto the western front, or the central front most likely, and then switch things up, but just get them into Torzhok. It doesn't really help that much. Torzhok is now a 9. I'm sure they'll try to get it. Or to move up into that area. Well, they already got Yeah, it'll be more trouble actually. Even there I need 30. That's fine. No other units, okay. I'll have 32nd Army just take all the bunch of stuff in the back. And the cavalry and such. He's really weak. But then 19th Army. Can take front units. You. Let's take a look at 49th. Vasily Kordov is quite good, so I actually want 49th to take stuff like this. How is the Central Front doing? 66. But there are a bunch of units there that still need to be distributed properly, although Western Front can probably take them. Take them properly. 33rd Army. For you. Let's distribute that a bit more nicely. Let's do that. Create a depot there too. Need to make sure to get rid of everything that gets disbanded. Okay, there we go. Do I have 32nd Army? Okay, do I have another army around here? Currently, the answer is no. Well, I'll take a look if I have an army up here, and then I'll take care of it, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Northwestern front is overburdened. Leningrad front is not. Well, I'm gonna start here with 34th Army. How good is 34th Army? Okay. All its artillery cannot really be used. But I cannot send them away currently. It sucks big time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 8. 9. Ah, crap. It should be 8. Luckily, I can switch these up. Now, next, 16th Army. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. One, two, and then they have this one cavalry there. Oh, that is 16th, and I'll put you under the 16th too. Okay, 16th got things covered. Two, 3, 4, 5. Next army. I mean, I got the Neva operational army and the 55th. Nikolai Vatutin here. Whoa, 55th army is gonna make it hard here. Let's get him to the front and 55th. Here we go. It's the best army I have, so for here. 55th. I want him to take these weaker parts. That puts him at 12. One more. Currently everything here is under the Leningrad front, but we'll take care of it. Next up. 37th Army. Which is also good, but seventh. Okay. I guess they'll also have one of these. Or up here. Yeah, it's fine to do this. Okay. Would have really liked getting another third layer unit here, but can't always get what you want. Why have these two? Not you. But I do have you, and I'm going to put them here. That's 37th Army. Then we have 42nd and 22nd. Oh. Well, if they're 26 and they're gonna lose 1, 2, 3, they're gonna be at 20. Let's start here. They're gonna lose 1, 2, 3, so they're gonna be at 14. I could take these 3. First, 31st. Okay. All except these two are now nicely done. I guess 42nd it is. Sure, I'll boost that. Same for that Neva Operational Group Army. I mean, I was short another army down there, but using these is kind of weird, I guess. Okay. You're now at 56. So they can take one more army. Northwestern Front. Then one Baltic Fleet Air Command to go there. Leningrad Front is a lot less overburdened now. I do want to give a lot of stuff to the 55th. If I can. No AA. Okay, so I can't give a lot. I'll give 6 of them. And I'm going to take a look at the other ones. 16th Army also can use another 4. How about 34th? They have 0. Two. Alright, and then Staff Cat cannot give anymore, so they might as well just... I actually want to start further down south, so... I'll just put them in Stalino for now. Okay, that's that. Taking care of everything up here for now. Yeah. Okay. Really hope that at Kolpino will go up pretty quickly too. Stuff is a bit of a nightmare, in a sense. Now all that rests me is to deal with this line. For lack of an army, I'll put it on the western front, and then I'll put basically a lot of stuff there. Naval operational group. It's a bit weird like that. I will try to switch it up when I can. But at least it's an army. It's currently at 10. It cannot move. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There are 4 more units here. I'm just going to put these under the central front. And then put 49th under the Moscow military district and you under central front. Alright. Makes more sense that the Moscow units are close to Moscow. And that is about it. So that's the state of the front line. And you know, really, God forbid, I can cut the rail line. Weather is unfortunately gonna stay good. Which sucks. We'll get into September next turn, but alright, there we are. I'm gonna ship it back to my opponent. And we'll see what he makes of it. One thing that I do think is worth noting is whether I can hold Kursk and Orel for this turn, this year. Who knows? Who knows? Yes. take a little sneak peek. Two. Four, four, four. 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4, 3. I would almost be inclined to put depots here, but once I get to Oral and Kursk, I'll have 2 more, so I'm not too interested in doing that, and I keep spending almost all my APs either way, so Kharkov will get to be a 3. I will put a depot on Belgorod. Probably a 2 for the moment, but you know we'll be getting there. So I want supplies running through there. And that's it. Okay. Turn 11 for my opponent. Oh well, August has 30, 31. That's fine. For some reason I thought August had 30, but that makes sense, yeah. Both July and August have 31. September 30, October 31 again, yeah. Oops. Well then, I guess next turn it will be September, finally. My bad, my bad. Not too happy with my opponent getting so close to Moscow so early into the game, but I think overall it's going okay. Not super amazing, but I guess for the moment I'm somewhat holding my own. And there's some interesting stuff happening too here. This really, if it does work out, that might just be the saving grace for Leningrad. Either way, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, see you then. Bye-bye.